Hello, my name's Liz Rowlinson. I'm property hunting in southeast Spain with Micasamo Realty. Here is Darren Brown. Hi, Darren.
Hello, hi Liz.
How are you today?
Perfect, thank you. Yeah, just
Great.
woke up in sunny Spain.
Yes, a bit warmer than the UK right now. Can you tell us about your company? How did you end up in Spain? Where do you sell?
Okay, yeah. So we're going to go back to 2001. I moved to Spain, and I started working with a leading real estate company at the time. I was here for 8-9 years, and my career took me off to Portugal, to Cyprus, to southern Italy, to the south of France, back to the UK, where I was working in real estate in the US. And then I set up my own real estate company in the UK. And 3 years ago, we decided for business and personal reasons, our children's upbringing, to come back to live in Spain. So yeah, here we are. And Micasamo, the brand, was started just 2.5 years ago. But it's important for people to understand that I have an expertise in real estate going back over 20 years. So I do speak with the voice of authority on the subject. But yeah, right now, and Micasamo is a brand that we're down in Manga Club. This is where my home is, my office is, where I'm speaking from now. And we operate on the coast from Javier in the North Costa Blanca, all the way down through Benidorm, Alicante, Torrevieja, down to La Manga, the Mar Menor, and down to Almeria. So a big long coast.
Yeah, I mean, you cover a lot of key, very popular buying spots in that stretch. Why did you, I mean, when you've obviously very wide experience, why did you choose that bit of Spain to set up your business?
Yes, so I lived down here on the Manga Club in 2005 for a couple of years. And of all the places I've lived all over Europe, this was the place we decided to come back to. And my good friend, business partner Stuart, invited me to come back and help with his company. So yeah, we came back here and we formed the brand Micasamo to sort of break out into the market and offer a brand that people can trust, and a company that offers expertise for people to come to as the first point of call to start looking for their new property in Spain. Okay,
so you sort of set up your company as sort of Brexit was looming, but you know, a good chunk of time to sort of buy before then. So how has it been for you? How has the market changed?
Yeah, you know, it's changed. It's changed in many ways, and I think if we look at the two big things that have happened over the last few years, Brexit being one and the COVID pandemic being the other, we're seeing a different buyer. I think Brexit's you know, the expression, you always want what you can't have. Now Brexit has put restrictions on people coming to stay here for more than 3 months at a time, or 6 months in the year. People want what they can't have, and they're thinking, well, I'm a little bit more interested in that now. But if you look more so at COVID restrictions, people working from home over the last couple of years, people have realized now, well, if I'm working from home in the UK where it's cold, or I don't necessarily like living here anymore, I want a different adventure, I'm no longer restricted. I can work from home, and I can do that in Spain. So the demographic has changed slightly from before, where people were looking at 1 or 2 bed holiday apartments to rent out. People are looking more now for permanent location in Spain. So yeah, it's been a big shift in the market.
And you've had people, have you had people buying remotely as well as coming out to see you when they've been able to fly?
Yes, so the first part of this year, January through to July, that was very much our sales model. We were doing live video tours, and you know, part of the service we offer is connected to that, because this conversation can start in people watching this. It can start in your living room. So we can have this talk. We can talk. You know, it's all about our expertise is to listen, to help, to advise, to connect you with the right professionals where we're not legal experts, financial experts. And we can do that from the comfort of your own home before you actually come out and see the property. So it's a good way of, I think we've all learned a different way to go to market, and it's helping people, rather than coming out cold. They can come out with a lot more information, having seen the properties on a video. But it's important that people come out and see it in the flesh. And not everybody has done that. Some people have bought properties without coming over, but they're the people that generally know the area. So yeah, it's changed, and I think for the better.
Okay. Well, look, let's have a look at some property at this point. Tell us about, we're actually going to look at 3 resorts, aren't we? Which offer different types of property, but we'll talk about what you can buy there. Now, the first is La Manga Club, your home. So just before we watch it, can you just tell us what are we going to be looking at in terms of the price of the properties and the part of it specifically?
Okay, so just to highlight the Manga Club a little bit, the jewel in the crown of golf resorts in southeast Spain, if not Spain. I mean, it's an incredible place. And just a few stats. So the 3 golf courses here, 3 18-hole golf courses. 2 of them are championship courses. There's a tennis centre, La Manga Racket Club. It's been renamed, somebody's taken it over. 28 tennis courts, 7 paddle courts, a new gymnasium. There's 8 football pitches with national and club teams coming over to train here. There's a beach here. There's mountain walks. The place is incredible. But just not only that, it's a town. You don't really need to go away from here. There's a supermarket, a doctor's, a pharmacy. I was counting this morning, I think 24 different bars and restaurants. It's an incredible place. And in terms of pricing, people can often presume that the prices are beyond their reach. Not at all. We've properties here from £100,000, 2-bedroom apartments, all the way up to 4 million euros and everything in between. So a big wide range of properties and a great place to be.
It's quite well known, isn't it, La Manga, because of famous footballing sort of training sessions in the past. So I mean, that's at least it's on people's radar. I think they may not be aware of the surrounding area, but it's definitely tends to be something that people know of.
Absolutely. Next year, La Manga Club celebrates its 50th anniversary. And there's lots of newcomers, new golf courses come on the scene. Some are very, very good. Some have come and gone, unfortunately. Some remain, and some perhaps shouldn't. But La Manga Club, with 1 or 2 others, is arguably the golf resort to be on in Spain. It really is the jewel in the crown, as I don't know if we use that expression, but it's a fantastic place.
And we're going to be looking at some apartments in Las Orquídeas, or
tell
us about
the
that.
Orchids. The Orchids translated to English, yeah. Brand new luxury apartments, short walk to the centre of La Manga Club, currently overlooking the football pitches, although some way back, so I don't want people to think they're going to be bothered by the noise. But yeah, beautiful luxury modern apartments, garden floor apartments, top floor with roof solariums with sea views. Very, very modern, all the tech in there. A stunning place to be.
Brilliant. Well, let's take a look. comes across sort of exactly how much there is to do on tap there. I mean, presumably does that come at a cost in terms of, do you have to pay community fees to be on such a wonderful resort?
You do, and people may raise their eyebrows at the cost, but take into consideration the facilities that are here, the ones that I just mentioned. But there are varying community fees on the club, but the place is monitored 24 hours by security. It's gated. I mean, there's so many advantages to being here. But to give you a figure, you'll pay anywhere between 150 and 250 euros a month for community fees. But that includes all the facilities. It doesn't include the use of all the facilities, but it gives you access to all of those facilities. And as an owner, there are discounts when you're living on the club or holidaying on the club. You'll get discounts on the sports rights, on golf and tennis, etc. So they're not extortionate, but so they are perhaps a little bit more than it would be on a resort, you know, with 10 houses on it and a pool in the middle. So you have to consider what you're getting within those fees.
Yeah, it's true that you get what you pay for, isn't it? And also you can, the upside of that is that presumably they're very rentable, and you can offset some of your expenses with some great occupancy rates.
Liz, you know, the place is absolutely packed. I've been playing golf for the last couple of months, and talking to the course marshals, has been between 500 and 600 people a day on the courses. You know, the rental here is all year round, and it comes at a premium. And even your most modest 2-bedroom apartment, you're going to be paying 700-800 euros a week for. Villas up to, some of them up to 15,000 euros a week. So those apartments that we just looked at there, the rental price for those would be somewhere around 2,000 euros a week in the high season. Very achievable. If you consider what a 5-star or 4-star hotel is going to cost you for the same period, it's roughly half the price. So people considering the Manga Club and thinking, those fees are a little bit high for me. 6 to 8 weeks of rental are going to pay all your running costs, not all your fees for the year. So a good investment as well. The prices start 265,000 euros for those apartments for a 2-bed, and then slightly more, just over 300 for a 3-bed. So not sometimes people confuse apartments with blocks of apartments. It's not like that at all. I think you can see from the pictures, it's a home from home. You don't have your own pool to clean. It's all maintained. You just arrive with your suitcases, open the door, and enjoy the luxury of the Manga Club.
That sort of modern style is very popular with rentals, isn't it? And it's very sort of up to date.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the choice between older properties and new properties is down to the buyer, and some people want a resale property, they want to put their own stamp on it, but of course that comes with a cost, and it comes with the unknown of appointing contractors. Of course, we can help people with that, but this is you arrive, everything's done, it's all brand new, energy efficient and ready to go. So it's you know, of course, as well, you get with a new build property, you get a payment term because these properties are off plan. It's important to know, so people can stage their payments over a year, the year's build time, and sometimes that's helpful for people that may not be ready to buy just now. So that can be helpful. And then people, I'll hear, I've sat in front of thousands of clients, Liz, and people will say, oh, well, it's not ready for a year, I can't wait a year. Well, you consider the fact that you may be only using it 8 to 12 weeks in the year. So it's a bit of a spin on it, but you're only waiting 8 to 12 weeks. And in that time, your holiday, you can come over and stay in another property on the resort and watch your property being built. So is it really a year you're waiting? I don't know, arguably not.
But also, there's been a lot of off-plan buying during the pandemic because people have said, well, look, it's very uncertain the next few months. I might not get out there. So why not just let it be built, you know? Yeah. So that's another.
Liz, sorry to talk over your day. You told me not to do that. But it's important for people to know off-plan now in 2021, very nearly 22, compared to off-plan 15 years ago, 10 years ago, is very, very, very different. And it's important for people to understand that any payments they make are paid to their lawyer. That's what we ask people to do. We never ever pay an agent any money or a developer. It should always go to the lawyer. and it's the lawyer's job then to do the due diligence and make sure that they're happy for that money to be paid to the developer. And what's important to understand in any off-plan development that Micasamo promotes, bank guarantees are in place. So we wouldn't ever ask anybody to consider a property where there wasn't a bank guarantee if they were making a stage payment. Our job is to make sure that we help people buy safely. As much as it's very emotional and it's exciting, the due diligence needs to be done, and that's where our value proposition comes in. We have a network of experts who are here to make sure that the job is done properly and safely.
And yeah, if you're paying in stage payments, using a currency broker is a good thing to plan that, just to mention. But before we look at another property, I mean, you mentioned investment. I mean, I think I read that property prices in Murcia were one of the highest rising in Spain over the last year or so. So it's definitely an area on the up, isn't it?
Absolutely. We've seen prices go arguably 20% in the last 6 months. But bear in mind that the Murcia region, the Costa Calida region, were still some of the cheapest property prices in the whole of Spain before that. And I think in some cases, 50% less than their comparables, their competitors, the Costa del Sol. And even up in the north, in the Costa Blanca, still 20–30% below them. So it is an area that offers everything that the others offer. Perhaps maybe not as polished, maybe not as finished, but it's what makes the place more attractive to some. All those little gems are there, the Nikki Beach style bars, the Michelin star restaurants, the cities of Cartagena and Murcia, all the history, it's all here. And we're the experts here. All the people in my office have lived here for at least 15 years. So if I was to come to your hometown, I'd trust you to tell me where to go and show me the best places. So you can trust us when you come over that we're going to do the same. So we're not guessing at this. We know exactly what we're doing. We're the right company to use if you're looking for property in this part of Spain.
Okie doke. Well, we're going to look at another part of Spain now, I think. Santa Rosalia. Now, tell us, where is this and what is it? Okay,
so Santa Rosalia. It's about 10 minutes from the coast of Los Alcázares. 5 if you put your foot down. It's not. There's a couple of kilometres inland. And for those people watching who are familiar with Mar Menor Golf Resorts, it's just in front of Mar Menor Golf Resort. So you've got the purpose. If I can just explain a little bit about the resort, it's a purpose-built lake. It's a crystal clear water lagoon that uses advanced technology to filter the water all the time. So it's turquoise color. It's not a new concept. It's a company called Crystal Lagoons that have a lot of other resorts in the States. But it's, to give you some idea, I was doing some research this morning. If you were to buy a property and say, I want my own pool, you generally have something about 6 by 3 meters, 8 by 4. Well, you've got 900 swimming pools in this lake. It's the size of 16,000 square meters, surrounded by golden sands that they've shipped in, beach club on there, sports areas, pitch and putts, and frisbee golf for those people who want to have a go at that. Nature walks, jogging tracks. So it's just an incredible concept. And the important thing to know about this is it's just selling like crazy. Every time they release a new phase, it goes within days sometimes, if not weeks. They released a new phase yesterday. We sold one of them, 16 new bungalows, and I think 4 others were sold in the same day. And each time they release a new phase, prices are going up. So for those people who are thinking, yeah, maybe the time's not right, the time certainly is right. If you've got the means and the desire to buy property in Spain, now is the time. Get over and see us. Right.
Well, what is frisbee golf?
Frisbee golf. So have you heard of football golf?
No.
So you kick a ball down the fairway and they have a big hole at the end. You kick the ball in. Well, frisbee golf is a similar concept. So you'll have a fairway and you tee off by throwing the frisbee. And the idea is at the end, there's a big net and you throw the frisbee in the net. So that's a concept for people who don't want to play the game of golf. It's something else to do. It's a different concept, but just as enjoyable.
It's trying to get a sort of wider people involved in golf, maybe.
Yeah, well, I think perhaps not. The area of La Reserva, it's called, the area within Santa Rosalia, is big enough to put a 9-hole golf course on it. And the developers have been building many, many years. So, well, there's a golf course behind us, another 22 within an hour's drive of here. Let's do something different. So they've created this crystal water lagoon. They've put sand around it. There's little islands in the middle. There's going to be water sports available. Important to note, no motor water sports. But yeah, and they've thought, well, what else can we do with the recreational areas? And frisbee golf was a concept. So why not?
You heard it here first. Right, well, let's take a look.
If you could choose the life you want to live every day, don't you think it would look like this? Waking up feeling the morning breeze, the smell of warm brewed coffee and freshly squeezed juice, letting the sun bronze your body, or the water refresh your skin. Finding your moment in the middle of nature, laughing with friends, sharing with family, enjoying the afternoon glow, celebrating life, savouring the Mediterranean. Everything you deserve without leaving home. Welcome, joyfulness. A unique place to live in the Mediterranean, to be at home and feel at ease. With extensive landscaped areas and miles of trails for walking, jogging or cycling. A resort of more than 700,000 square metres, with access control and 24-hour security, where the choice of plant species, mainly Mediterranean, low consumption LED lighting, the collection and reuse of rainwater, the implementation of a drip irrigation system to make the most efficient use of every drop, and the installation of a recycling system demonstrate its sustainable character. The reserve is the heart from which Santa Rosalia beats. A spectacular central park of 124,000 square metres designed for life. Its green areas are 5 times more extensive per inhabitant than those recommended by the World Health Organization. Equipped with long paths, forest and picnic areas, themed playground, sports and recreational areas, a magnificent beach club, with restaurant and a co-working and gym right next to the lake, the jewel of Santa Rosalia. With more than 16,000 square metres of water and more than 10,000 square metres of fine sand beaches and grass landscapes, it is renowned for being the largest artificial lake of crystalline waters in Europe, where you can swim, sunbathe, or do water sports such as paddle, surfing or kayaking. A lake reserved for the exclusive use of residents. It uses Crystal Lagoons technology, an American company, world leader in the development of artificial lakes. The efficiency of Crystal Lagoon's water treatment allows the use of up to 100 times less additives than conventional systems. It consumes only 2% of the electrical energy used by a traditional filtration system, and it consumes 30 times less water than an 18-hole golf course. We use the most efficient technology known to date. As if coming home always felt like being on vacation. Our homes have been designed with a modern Mediterranean architectural style, seeking aesthetic harmony in the resort as a whole. The interior-exterior continuity has been prioritized in their layouts, constantly looking for a permanent connection with the natural elements of the landscaped areas. And all from an idyllic setting. Santa Rosalia Lake and Life Resort is located in a strategic location on the Costa Calida, just 4 kilometers from the sea and very close to the Costa Blanca, ideal for enjoying the region's 2 seas, gastronomy and varied recreational activities. At 55 minutes from Alicante Airport and 25 minutes from Murcia International Airport, Santa Rosalia is connected by highways with the best beaches of the Mediterranean, where the marine reserve of Cabo de Palos and the natural park of Calblanque especially stand out. Surrounded by golf courses, 20 at less than 25 kilometers, and some designed by the illustrious Jack Nicklaus and Dave Thomas. Located between the ancient city of Cartagena, situated by the sea, and the capital of the region, Murcia. a cosmopolitan centre with more than 450,000 inhabitants and great national relevance thanks to its 2 universities and immense cultural heritage. With all the services and infrastructure necessary for cultivating an uncomplicated life, hospitals, bilingual schools and shopping centres are within walking distance of the resort. You are very close to the life you deserve. Are you ready to come live it? Santa Rosalia.
Great. Again, yeah, I mean, it's just so much on tap, and there's some co-working spaces there, so you can do a bit of work. You were mentioning about the trend of the pandemic for people to combine a bit of holiday with work. I mean, yeah, I mean, what happens with a mortgage when you buy off plan? Is that can you get a mortgage?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So mortgages for people who are non-resident in Spain, you can get up to 70%. 60% is more the norm, but 70% is available. And we can put you in touch with mortgage advisors who can pre-qualify you based on your income. And so you would speak to a mortgage advisor and say, this is the price of the property. I've got to pay 40% or 50% before completion based on my current income. Can I qualify for a mortgage at the end? So you get an agreement in principle, and then you'd apply for that mortgage at the end. So absolutely, you can start that process now.
Great. So these are off plan and from 190,000 euros. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you get how many bedroom apartment do you get for that?
So on the resort, there are 2 and 3 bedroom apartments, 2 and 3 bedroom townhouses, 3 and 4 bedroom villas. Some of them front lines to the resort, but you're only ever going to be a few minutes walk away. And important to note as well is that this resort is there's a perimeter fence around it, entirely gated security, and the use of the lake is exclusive for the owners of the property. You can rent your property. You have to have a license on your property to do so. But people staying in the property can use the lake. They're not letting outsiders in. But of course, people living there can go and use the golf resort that's only a couple of minutes away.
Gosh, I've seen one of those lakes, or even 2, on the Costa del Sol. Am I right? But I haven't seen one on the Costa in Murcia. Are you the first in your area?
Yeah, the first one, and this one is the biggest lake in Europe. So it's a bit of a Dubai-style approach to things. The tallest building, the biggest this. It's the biggest lake in this in Europe. So it's you no longer need to go to the beach. You don't need to worry about parking. You don't need to worry about people taking your sunbed. You know, it's the beach is there. You wake up in the morning, a beautiful apartment, have breakfast, go spend the day at the beach and the size of 900 swimming pools. So you tell me, you go to the beach, you swim in an area that size? I doubt it. But then there's different areas around. So there's quiet areas, there's areas where there's water sports, there's a beach bar area. So perfect place.
You mentioned sunbeds there, the old joke about Germans taking British sunbeds. Tell me, it's made me think, how international is this area? Is it a mix of, I know the Spanish love it, but what about other nationalities?
Yeah, so the nationality that's been buying here in droves over the last couple of years are Belgians. So there's a lot of Belgian buyers here. But we've had Polish buyers, people from Czech Republic, Russian buyers, Dutch, German, French, Italian, so a big mix of different nationalities. But you're right what you say about the Spanish. A lot of people, and this is driving the market as well. So think COVID times, people living in Madrid, living in Granada or Valencia or Barcelona in small apartments, 30, 40 square meters with their children, with no outside space. That's driven that market to come to the coast and flock down here to buy. So they've got outdoor space, they can go to the beach. So they're not going to suffer the imprisonment of lockdown again. They're coming down to the coast, and this in turn is driving prices up. It's reducing availability. So people need to be aware that perhaps what they're seeing in the media in the UK is not always what's happening on the ground here in Spain. And just because people from the UK have relaxed a little bit on Spain recently, the rest of the world hasn't. So it's a very, very popular destination.
Yeah, no, I think there was the perception that because of COVID, there'd be all sorts of COVID bargains. But actually, all the domestic markets across, whether it's France, Spain, have been doing so well that the prices have not, you might get the odd deal maybe with a resale, but new builds have stayed firm, haven't they? Or gone up?
They have. And I think when we talk about prices as well, it's important for people to know who are watching this that when you use Micasamo Realty to buy your house, you pay exactly the same price you would as if you went straight to the developer. The developer's expertise is developing property. Their expertise is not marketing. That's why they employ us and they pay us to do so. So the price is never going to change if you go directly to them or you come to us. We don't charge more. But talking about bargains, a good property at a good price in a good location is always going to be attractive, is always going to sell. Are there properties out there that appear to be good bargains because of the price? Yeah, of course, and you'll always find it in any market. Would you want the property? Probably not, but just because sometimes it looks cheap, it's not always the best thing. Cheap is a relative word, and we have inexpensive properties and we have properties below market value. We have connections with banks who are still owning properties from the financial crash from years ago. And we have some of those. So where I'm sitting now in the Manga Club, we have some opportunities here, properties 30, 40% below market value that we can introduce you to being sold directly by the bank. So there are still deals to be had. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think if you compare the market here and the cost per square meter here to prices in the UK, to prices in the Costa del Sol, we're still very, very cheap. And somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 euros a square meter is very affordable for the quality that you're getting.
Sure. Okay. Well, look, next we're moving to the Costa Blanca, I believe. So tell us about Sea Gardens with Property 3.
Yeah, Sea Gardens is in Campo Amor, which is a go-to exclusive area for Spanish holidaymakers. For people who are not quite familiar with Campo Amor, it's just near to Cabo Roig. So about 50 minutes from Alicante Airport, 35 minutes from Murcia Airport. And this Sea Gardens, as the name suggests, it's very close to the Mediterranean Sea. And it's a resort, a secure complex of 2 and 3 bedroom apartments, ground floor up to 8th floor with penthouse apartments. From the 3rd floor up, you have a sea view. Beautiful gardens with pool, indoor heated pool, which is good at this time of year. Rooftop bar. Yeah, stunning development. And within a short distance, walking distance, you've got exclusive beach clubs. You've got the Cabo Roig Strip, if people watching are familiar with that, which is all the fun and games you might want to have. But inland a few minutes, you've got Sierra Espolana, forgive my pronunciation if that's wrong, which is a nature reserve. You've got the stunning Las Colinas Golf Resort a few minutes away. A really, really good location.
Great. Well, let's take a look. Great. So prices from 180,000 euros, another super stylish sort of quite contemporary development. How does can you pay to get furniture package? How does that work?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and part of our service is so we start by talking to you in your living room by Zoom call. We do some discovery of what it is that you want. We help and advise you on properties that are in your budget. We bring you over. We help you buy safely and securely. We introduce you to lawyers, and then you get the keys. Before you get the keys, we have a team in the office who help you with interior design, sending out color palettes for you to say, well, this color, that color, various options on furniture packs depending on your budget. So we'll do everything for you. Your home insurance, anything you need, medical insurance. We'll hold your hand all the way through the process and beyond. So yeah, absolutely. And we can give you examples of work that we've done before, and when you come over, you can see the show apartment of the development and see how they've done it. The developer building this has been building for many, many years and built several successful resorts all along the coast. So they're not new to this. They've got a prime piece of real estate there, a few minutes walk from the beach. It's about 300 meters walk from the beach. It's for those looking for beach life, that's the place to be.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, so why buy here rather than the other two developments we've seen today? Why is this different in terms of how much it suits one type of buyer or family rather than another?
Okay, so today we're talking about resorts. We're highlighting the Manga Club, Santa Rosalia and Sea Gardens. We have over 300 properties available on our website and many more besides. So we can't present everything to people, but we've chosen to highlight these resorts, the brand new and the nostalgia of La Manga Club, the golf courses, the tennis courts, the more the more refined way of living, a bit more relaxed. It's not beach bars and clubs and karaoke everywhere. It's a little bit special. Santa Rosalia is the concept of the lagoon and being right next to the beach and having the golf club next to you. And Sea Gardens offers people who want a little bit more nightlife, if you like. So Cabo Roig is buzzing on a night time. There's plenty going on, and you're right on the beach. For people who beach is a must. You're a few minutes walk and that's it. So slightly different concepts, but just as good a quality and just as good value right now.
Yeah, so if you're really sporty, La Manga would be amazing if you want to try all that stuff. And if you've got small children, I'm sure La Manga's great, but equally that lagoon is fantastic. And it seems to me that the third one has got a lot more on tap immediately there if you want to not necessarily stay on the resort.
Yeah, completely. Sea Gardens is more of the finished model. They've been lucky enough to find a piece of real estate bang in the middle of a very established area. So if you are familiar with that area and Lasagna shopping arena and Torrevieja, which is 20 minutes away, if you're familiar with that area and everything that's going on, that's the place to be. If you want something a little bit more quiet, a little bit more relaxed, then Santa Rosalia, the concept is incredible. It's going to be delivered around the first phase, I think, is delivered next year. So people need to understand that there is going to be construction there for 3, 4, 5 years, but each phase will be finished. There's not going to be building work going on in your community. They'll move on to the next phase. And something that's been here for 50 years next year, La Manga Club, has the established resort, village, town, community feel that people might be looking for. So 3 different concepts, but 3 very, very good quality ones.
So in Sea Gardens, are the property, is that off plan or are they ready?
No, that's off plan as well.
Oh, right.
So the first phase will be delivered back end of next year. I think the whole thing is finished autumn 2023. So again, it gives people the opportunity who are not quite ready to buy yet or who want to come and holiday in the area, so get a brand new property at a great price, because you do tend to pay a little bit less on off plan because you're buying before it's built. And you can pay, I think the payment terms are 25%, 25% within a month, 25% within 6, 8, 10 months, depending on the phase, and the rest at completion. So it helps people who want to spread the costs to do just that.
Great. So we finished our property tour of those three, but as you say, you've got lots more that you can offer people. So what are the next steps to if people like the look of one of those schemes or what you're saying, how do they proceed?
Okay, well, whatever you're looking for, apart from those three resorts, save yourself the trouble of going to Google and typing in properties for sale in Spain and just go to that, Micasamo. Start the process somewhere. We'll talk to you. We'll be very honest with you. If we've got what you want in the budget that you've got, then we'll help you. We'll bring you out and have a look. And, you know, there's a value proposition to what we offer. There's a service. It's not, I've been with literally hundreds of clients over the years and sat in front of thousands in my various roles in real estate. And always the thing is that people need somewhere to start and they need help and advice. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to help you find the property that you want, not sell the property we want to sell you. And it's important people remember that. We have an energy about what we do. We enjoy our job. We're quite forthright in our approach to business. So anything we do put forward for sale has been checked by our lawyers. The due diligence has been done. So anything you see with us, you can be confident and assured that it's a safe purchase. And that's the reason why we don't have 500, 600, 700 properties on this coastline, because we discounted many of them based on history of the developer or the location or the price per square meter. We don't feel that it fits the market and it's not right for the buyer. So when you're talking to us, we've done the homework for you, and we're here to give you a professional presentation of what's available on the coast and something that's a good property and where you can buy safely. So what I would say is get in touch, hello@micasamo.com, start the conversation. You know, it's people, we need to get that chemistry as well, and people need to feel that we're the right company to help them. It's not always going to be me. So if I'm not coming across as a person you want to speak to, we've got several other people in the office. We'll invite you over. We'll pay for your hotel, pick you up at the airport, shake hands or elbow bump or whatever it is that we do these days, and we'll have some fun. We'll have 2, 3, 4 days of meeting the right professionals, looking at the right properties, and hopefully finding it is what you want to buy.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how long you recommend for these viewing trips. You say sort of 2, 3, 4 days. Is that right?
Yeah, because no, it's not. A lot of the work can be done before you come. Via this media of Zoom that we're using now, or phone calls, so we can drill down into what you're looking for and get a good idea of what you're looking for, and go through all the due diligence, the questions, and the discovery of what it is that is going to tick your boxes before you come over, including going out and doing the live video shows of properties you've chosen from the website. But when you come over, it's a business trip. You're here to look at property. It's as much as it's going to be fun, it's going to be hard work. We're not going to lock you in the car and keep you all day. It's business hours, sort of 10 till 5, something like that, stop for lunch. But it's about coming over and looking at those properties you've already considered and already highlighted that those might be of interest. But a bit like your program, A Place in the Sun will throw a few curveballs in there as well. So it's the best way to do it. You've got to get yourself down here, but let's chat first. Let's do all the discovery work first.
And I think you talk about the program, but we've seen that buyers are so serious now, because it's not, it's not completely straightforward to go to Spain. Let's be honest right now. So if people are coming out, they're serious, and there's a high success rate at the moment, because if you're coming out, you're keen.
Yes, all the years I've been doing this, you speak to people before they come, and they're very open and very determined, and they've got a desire to buy something. And as soon as they land and you meet them at the airport, it's almost like a them and us thing. All right, we're not here to buy. It's like a competition. Don't see it that way. See it as us helping you to do it safely and helping us to guide you to do the right thing. And those people who come with an open mind, where, previously people thinking, oh, the time is not right. Well, I think COVID and Brexit have pushed people on a little bit. And so why wait? Life's too short. Let's go and do it. So do it, but do it safely, and do it with a company who knows what they're talking about. And that's Micasamo.
Well, I think you've said it all there. So thank you very much, Darren. Darren Brown, take care. And you've got various brochures, resources alongside this session. So do get in touch is the sign off, isn't it?
That's all on this. Thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to speaking to everybody.
Take care. Bye.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.